The New York Knicks entered Tuesday night's matchup against the Charlotte Hornets as the NBA's hottest team, boasting a league-best win streak of 9. On the heels of their double overtime thriller win against the Boston Celtics, in which Immanuel Quickley helped them survive against what was a top Eastern Conference contender, even in the absence of Jalen Brunson, New York's challenge this time was just to be the team they know they are and come out on top of a far inferior Charlotte squad. The Hornets star point guard LaMelo Ball missed the first game at MSG this season with the injury that sidelined him for several weeks to start the year and was out again tonight with the right ankle fracture that ended his season. Although the talent difference was apparent, a high-ranking Knicks executive was overheard telling a friend on the Charlotte coaching staff before the game that this was a potential trap. He wasn't letting his guard down just because of the win streak. He was right to do so. It was a slow first quarter with each team having scored just 21 points by the end of it, and especially with Immanuel Quickley's 0 for 5 start from the field, it was not exactly a high-scoring affair in the Garden. Now the second quarter, exactly the opposite. RJ Barrett reached 17 points by halftime. Quentin Grimes and Immanuel Quickley both started to heat up from downtown, and going into that halftime period, the Knicks led comfortably, 66-50, thanks to a last-second three-pointer as well as a coast-to-coast scoop and reverse score from Quentin Grimes. The third quarter was a testament to Charlotte's fight as a unit as they came back and reduced the Knicks lead till they took it themselves and led by a little bit for just a short period of time. Now, New York, on the backs of Barrett and bench contributors like Deuce McBride, who was back in the rotation with Brunson out, pulled back ahead and began the fourth quarter on a 9-0 run that once again gave them a little bit of comfortability over what was a less talented Hornets squad. However, Charlotte's defensive adjustments started to get to the Knicks' offense, which resulted in players like RJ Barrett, who started 9 for 13 from the floor, finishing just 10 of 24. It was the remainder of that fourth quarter that truly showed how much impact New York was missing with its star point guard and its closer unavailable. The Hornets closed things up again, and they kept the game tight throughout that last quarter, up until they took the lead for good with about 3 minutes to go. New York got some nice late shot making from Julius Randle, nice spin move, and several stops on the Charlotte offense, but a late three from Kelly Oubre Jr. and a Randle putback being waved off because he committed a loose ball foul prior to it were just about the end of this one for the Knicks. Now the game was all but over with 30 seconds to go. Oubre went to the free throw line for 4 shots by the end of the game and put the Knicks down enough to call it a night. Now with the final score of 112-105, the Charlotte Hornets without LaMelo Ball were the team to put an end to the Knicks win streak, the longest in the NBA no longer. RJ Barrett spoke about the discrepancy in his field goal percentage to start the game versus the end of the game in his post-game press conference.
I think sports, I forgot how long it was, but at some point they started doubling the pick and roll. Whenever they did that, I was trying to make the right pass, and then if I got it back, I was trying to be crisp. I don't think my shots were horrible. So a lot of the shots I took were the same shots that I made before. So, they just didn't go in.
The Knicks head out west to take on a team with many parallels to them this season in the Sacramento Kings this Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to stay tuned to WFUV Sports' social channels and follow our crew of beat reporters and hosts for all of the updates you'll need on New York sports.